Rob Johnson here for Quick Take Wrestling here on Rob Johnson Media. I'm not going to be long on this today as we do have a Raw show to watch tonight that I will be reviewing after. So we're going to go ahead and talk about day one, then get into day two. Okay. Now they started out with Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. I felt that when I first saw the pay-per-view come on, that this was a horrible mistake because I felt like that needed to be the main event. However, it was perfect. They let Bobby Lashley achieve what Bobby Lashley needed to achieve by keeping the title on him. It was a great win, ultimately deserved, because he's been waiting, as they say, 16 or so years to get to this point. I mean, this man is a former ECW champion, a former Impact champion over at Impact, a great champion in my eyes, I believe. And I believe he could be a great champion here in WWE. Let Bobby Lashley have his reign. And I'm really hoping that tonight on Raw, we see a return from Brock Lesnar, because ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, that is the match we want to see. We want to see something set up down the line between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. That is the money match. That's the match we want to see. So hopefully we get that. I thought the match was a 10 out of 10. A great match. Bobby Lashley had the crowd behind him. Drew McIntyre could not get a pin. He looked very frustrated during the match. So I was very encouraged about how, they were able to perform in front of fans, especially because last time they faced each other, it wasn't the best match. It wasn't a match that you'll be able to put in the record books and say, hey, this right here was a match that, will be remembered forever. But the second one just ultimately killed the expectations that a lot of the dirt sheets and a lot of the other people on YouTube had to say about the match. I thought it was going to be a great match, and I felt like it was something that was needed, and I feel vindicated because Bobby Lashley is still your WWE champion in the opening match. Let me just say too that Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan being the host of WrestleMania was awkward as hell. I didn't like it. Let's hope maybe this is Hogan's last time hosting. I know Hogan's a legend, but get Hogan out of there, man. Get Hogan out of there. We don't want to see Hogan no more. Hogan needs to go away. All right. Then you had the Gauntlet match. The match that I didn't think was gonna be that good. You had Naomi and Lana against Carmella and Billie Kay. Billie Kay and Carmella get the win. Next comes the Riot Squad. The Riot Squad comes down. A pretty decent contest between the ladies. I think it was very good. But then ultimately the Riot Squad win. Then you have Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose come down, and pretty decent match again. But then you have Natalya and Tamina come, and that's when things really pick up. Those two, in my opinion, really made the match. I thought the match was maybe like a 6 out of 10. I was gonna give it a 5 out of 10, but what they did at the end, where they did the heart attack, which was like a big ups to the Hart Foundation, Jimmy Neidhart and Bret Hart, and then you have Natalya telling Tamina to go to the skies and hit the Superfly splash. I just think that was a moment that Tamina will always remember, a moment that Tamina deserved, and I was really proud of that moment. So I give the match a 6 out of 10. I really like the match. Some sheets or dirt sheets or some sites only give it like a C minus. I give it a B minus. I think that it accomplished what it needed to accomplish. Next match we have Cesaro against Seth Rollins. Excellent match between two great competitors. Cesaro and Seth Rollins went back and forth. Two competitors that I just think that are still underused even to this point. Even a guy like Seth Rollins, I feel has been underused the last year or so. Going back to the Rey Mysterio feud that I talked about. Cesaro, nothing but huge things coming for this man after Mania. It has to happen. If you're WWE, there's no way in hell that this man does not get a big time push after this. It cannot be just for the Intercontinental title. It has to be for the world's Universal Championship. You've got to put him in a program, Roman Reigns. Even if he were to get the upset of Reigns and you were to put the belt back on Reigns, you've got to give the Swiss Cyborg an opportunity to hold the championship. You just have to. He is the truth. He is the man, and he is potentially on legend level. 23 spins, and then you put the neutralizer on Seth Rollins. I'm telling you, that was just a tremendous match, a terrific wrestling match that I said that would be a 10 out of 10, and it definitely was at 10 out of 10. And I really appreciate what these guys did in this match. Next, we had the New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos. Folks, when I tell you, I'm not going to go as far and say that it's 90s Survivor Series domination like The Undertaker, but I will say that Omos made one of the most impressive debuts as a big man that I've seen in a long time. And I'm not even saying that he has giant status in WCW where he'll win a championship very soon, but I could see it in 6 to 7, maybe 8 months. I could see him doing something where he gets into a program where he can maybe win a championship somewhere down the line. Maybe he has a tag team championship. If you remember, Diesel won the Intercontinental title first, and then he won tag team titles with Shawn Michaels, then ultimately became the World Heavyweight Champion. So it's just a dominating performance, man. The New Day, big ups to them for putting this guy over, because they definitely put Omos over in this. And AJ Styles just being the consummate professional as he is. So great match. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman. It absolutely proved nothing to me. It just proved that Shane McMahon is just, like I said before, the consummate professional. He puts his body on the line. He made Braun Strowman look good, but Braun Strowman didn't prove nothing to me. I give it the match before were almost and AJ Styles, I give that about a 6 out of 10. This match, I give it a 2 out of 10. I don't respect Braun Strowman. I'm sure he's a nice guy in real life or whatever, but, this is for everyone that calls people stupid. Like, kind of dumb crap is that, man? Like, this is for everybody who's ever been called stupid. Like, shut up with that stuff, man. Like, nobody cares about that. Like, we're not trying to get back to the whole bully era. You're a bully. Dude, you're 6'7", 6'8", whatever, 300 plus pounds, and you're facing a Shane McMahon. Nobody believes this storyline. Believability would have been the match over within 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we don't believe it. 2 out of 10. I was not a fan of that match. Not at all. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest against The Miz and John Morrison. Look, man, Bad Bunny came out. I read something over the weekend, and it really rang true in my brain. You have to respect the business of professional wrestling. You can't just come in here like some of these celebrities have in the past and disrespect the business. I feel like Bad Bunny respected the business. I feel like he did the business well. And shout out to The Miz for being one of the better people and performers that the company has ever seen. When you get a Bad Bunny to get in the ring, you make him look good. I give this thing an 8 out of 10. Great job by everybody involved. Damian Priest is going to be a problem in the future. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. I'm just going to say it like this. 10 out of 10. This was an historic night, not only from a women's perspective, but from a black women's perspective when it comes to wrestling, when it comes to women who want to pursue the business. 10 years ago, folks, let's just keep it real. We would not have seen this. But, shout out to the pioneers, especially the Jacquelines, the Jazz who should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. They laid the groundwork for what we saw on Saturday night. Bianca Belair against Sasha Banks. One of the better women's matches you'll ever see. Two competitors who actually can freaking wrestle. So, 10 out of 10. Great match. I am so happy for Bianca Belair as she is now your WWE SmackDown Women's Champion. Now, let's get to day 2. Let's talk about day 2. Bray Wyatt, The Fiend against Randy Orton. Does anybody else know what the hell happened? Does anybody else know what? I warned everybody, do not make this feud a regular, don't make this match a regular match. This feud belonged in something more violent, more just barbaric, and you give us a singles match? 0 out of 10. And plus, Randy Orton won the match? 0 out of 10. Get this trash out of here. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Natalya and Tamina. I thought this was a decent match. No, in fact, I thought this was a great match. I think that for the first time since these titles, which I made fun of, which I should have, because I hated the way they were introduced. I hated the way that they were defended, and how they weren't defended correctly. WWE got it right. And these titles are now, in my opinion, relevant. Relevant, they're important. The ladies who hold them, and Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, are important. But the crowd to be yelling Tamina's name was significant. I'm a Tamina fan. I feel like she's had so many injuries. She's been down. Natalya, she just continues to go. I don't know. I can't even remember how long she's been in the company, but it feels like she just got there yesterday. She continues to do the damn thing. Great women's match. I give it an 8 out of 10. I didn't really have high expectations for this turmoil match, plus the match coming into Sunday, but it exceeded my expectations. I'm proud of the ladies for what they did. Excellent job. Kevin Owens defeats Sami Zayn by a stunner, and then he stuns Paul Logan. Great match. These two put on one hell of a show. They deserve more time, and I think they got the right time in this match. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn continue to push them, and I'll say like this: if they ever get away from WWE and they get to AEW, it's gonna be a problem, because these guys are just great. Riddle versus Sheamus. If you watch my preview, I told you this was going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. And folks, they fought. Sheamus hit the bro kick, cut him open as he was doing a moonsault off the ropes. You got to go back and watch the match. I can't even describe it to you. It was everything you wanted in a fight. Everything you wanted. I give it 9 out of 10. Only reason I don't give it a 10 out of 10 is I wanted the bro kick to be a little more cleaner, but just a great match, man. And we have a new United States heavyweight champion in Sheamus. Big E versus Apollo Crews, Nigerian drum fight. Just a great match, man. You had Kato, who came back to help Apollo defeat Big E. These guys put on one hell of a show. And let me just say this. I know people don't want to hear this and kind of really don't give a damn, because it's my show and I do what the hell I want to do. Just like Sasha, and just like the match with Sasha and Bianca, this was a big, huge stepping stone for black wrestlers. You see, my problem a lot of times is WWE has waited until guys got too long in the tooth. Even look at Bobby Lashley, look at Mark Henry. These guys were older when they became WWE champion. Let's hope Big E, coming off this loss, they start to focus more on the Universal title picture, and that he gets it at a fairly young age, and he's not in his 40s trying to win a WWE Universal WWE Championship match. I felt it was a great win. I felt that this is going to be a stepping stone for Apollo Crews. Crews is definitely going to be a really good Intercontinental champion, and his gimmick they have now, I feel that it was a long time coming. They did not give up on him, and this is for all the guys who are complaining, talking about, I don't have a gimmick at WWE. Look how long Apollo Crews had to wait. Look how long Apollo Crews, had to just sit back and wait for an opportunity. But you know what? He didn't wait. He took that opportunity. So if you're guys like Ricochet, guys like that, and I'm saying Ricochet specifically for a reason, get it done. Try to get in the good graces and make yourself a superstar. Because in this company, WWE, they're not going to give it to you. You got to take it by the balls, and you got to squeeze until you can get something out of it. I hate to be that graphic, but you gotta be a man about yours. You cannot sit around and pout. You got to go get it, and that's what Apollo Crews did. I'm very proud of that man. Next match, we have Asuka. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Next match, we have Asuka versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Raw Championship. Again, folks, as I said, this is going to be a great match. Rhea Ripley wins the title. She is right now the best on Raw. We don't know when Becky Lynch is going to come back. We don't know if Ronda Rousey is going to come back, etc. But right now, Rhea Ripley is the queen of Raw. And yeah, I said the queen because I think that right now she is the best wrestler on that brand. And we'll see. We'll see when the big time players come back. But right now, Rhea Ripley, as I said, did a great job. 9 out of 10 on that. Good job. Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan for the Universal title. Just as I said, the big dog wins. You know, Roman Reigns reigns over his castle. He is the big dog. It was a violent match. It was a hard match. It was a match that all the guys brought their A+ games, but in the end, the head of the table won, and he deserved to win because he's the best in the business. He makes the ratings for SmackDown, and we don't know how long Edge is going to be there. We don't know how long Dan Bryan's going to be there, but we know Roman Reigns is going to be there. We know Roman Reigns is the best in the business. So great job by WWE by keeping the title on him. This has been Rob Johnson for the Hot Take Wrestling. This has been Rob Johnson for Hot Take Wrestling. I will see you guys later tonight as I do my Raw review.